It's time to play some stuff.
The camera was closed, and I opened it. I opened it up. What is up, everybody? This is Jay, aka MultimediaJay, and none of these levels are right. I took care of the the Windows Update stuff, and it left a few things with settings that need to be tuned just a tad, including the webcam, of course. Let's do that. We got a couple of things to go over, none of which involves that mess with Linus Tech Tips yesterday, where he discovered the hard way there's a ton of toxicity floating around in the tech video scene these days. But we'll save that for a chat stream, or maybe we won't talk about it at all because we already did a blog entry on it. Today, we're going to take a look at burst damage. Lady Celeste, Fyrdragon, finally, level 10 Mages Guild. So now she has access to both the Dragon Knight plus 50% heavy attack damage thing, as well as an easy source of Empower for additional plus 40% damage to to heavy attack damage. This is going to be something else altogether. This is one of the few cases where these kinds of heavy attack damage bonuses can stack. In the meantime, though, we have a little something to take care of. Another YouTube sub, and I think this one is a sock puppet account that was created for the sole purpose of messing with me. 2 decks and some plastic. Woo!
It's time to play some stuff.
Just more evidence that my Jumbotron just isn't going to be big enough for most of the names that people are going to start feeding through this. So I got to redo that whole alert again. Or maybe just make it more like a standard alert and stuff, where it just plays something. It doesn't even have a fake Jumbotron like that. But what's with that name? 2 decks and some plastic. Is that supposed to be some kind of ding-dong joke? I mean, come on. I mean, that kind of high school humor is something that I remember from decades ago. I'm long past it, and I am more than old enough nowadays to come up with smart-ass responses to stuff like that. Look, I'm not a naive little 16-year-old anymore. Not to the tune of decades. I can take a name like 2 decks and some plastic, take the 2 decks part, and go, look, I'm an RPG nerd. I can go all D&D with it and say, oh, did you flunk your dexterity check and fumble the plastic all over the floor? Anyways, enough nerd humor with that kind of stuff. Let's fire up browser mode, which will probably show my empty live control room if I let's minimize that. Let me just bring it up. Let me just link up this web browser here to talk about this thumbnail. Let's see. There we go. What a wonderful screenshot. This is the sort of stuff that makes you want to download Reshade and try. I mean, if I can make Picasa look like this, I can only imagine just how awesome this would look if I could see this in real time. Of course, how much CPU overhead would that add to what it is that I play with here. So it's the sort of thing where, well, now the thumbnail's part of the video, so I can use it as the thumbnail for the stream. But wow, this was last night. Vindalia had a fishing stream over on Twitch last night, and she ran out of inventory space and summoned her inventory vendor bird. And so while she was fishing and left the bird out, I was like, that's probably some good. Let's see the animations on that. I saw the animations, and it was screenshot bait as far as I was concerned. So basically, I took the screenshot and souped it up in Picasa, and wow, seriously, I mean, this game has graphics from 2014. You sure about that? Really awesome stuff. All right, you know what time it is.
It's time to play some stuff.
We gotta make some progress with this setup. Crank some music and head out of the open world. It's a drops weekend over on Twitch, so we'll see if anybody even shows up. As if YouTube wasn't like the secondary as heck platform for this kind of stuff. But it's a drops weekend over on Twitch. The thing with drops, though, there we go. Let's crank this up. The problem with the drop scene on Twitch is that it encourages people to play streams muted. So you're going to see a boost in their concurrence, but I don't think that's going to really equate to, let's see. Let's go 10% on that. Yeah, the problem is people have drop streams during drops periods over on Twitch. So what that fundamentally equates to is people are going to be watching streams just for drops. They might not even be watching. It might be muted and stuff like that. So let's go out and let's have some fun here. So here's how it works. 47,658. Oh, but Crudy has something for me.
This one welcomes you back. An excellent selection. Select your rewards, my friend. This
Bonus
one
crap.
recommends that you
Woo!
purchase
All
a
right.
crate from the store.
Take this. No, don't buy crates. Gem conversion. Just
Bakruti can see a lucky
convert those Twitch drops into a handful of gems for whatever.
And all you need is a crate. You can purchase one from the store, and then we can begin.
No. Forget it, Pacruti. Just forget it. Oh, who's on? Okay. I thought Vindalia forgot to. I go back into show offline mode. I don't know about her though. She seems to be the kind of person where she likes the attention, but doesn't really want to get involved in a gamer community because of the mess that she's dealing with. So I don't know. Maybe I should look for some streamers with more of a human face to have something to do with, in terms of they might actually do stuff besides, well, fishing stuff with you. Oh, I thought that's what Twitch originally was. I think Twitch, to an extent, has suffered from some of the same problems as YouTube. All right, so we stack the damage buffs. The fun part about these kinds of weapons is that ESO doesn't have hit scan weapons of any kind. So you can actually activate the buff when the projectile is in transit, and it will apply by the time the attack hits. So we can just do this. Boom! 20 grand non-crit. That's how I know this is going to get nerfed, because Templars with Dark Flare used to do this kind of damage after a decent cast time, and it got nerfed to try and cut the burst because everyone was going wild with burst in PvP. Well, let's see here. Boom! 33 grand one-shotted, 20 grand. So basically, you make sure that this buff is up before you open on an enemy, and then fire this off after the projectile is loosed. Oh, yeah. Had an extra salty breakfast, so I'm probably going to be a little thirstier than usual today. I'm on vacation this week, so I don't have to do any of the normal chores. But, this is awesome. Let's see. Well, the fun part is I don't have to go hunting for books anymore. Let's just do some target practice on some imps near Daggerfall, just to illustrate this even more. Then we can start pursuing some other stuff as well. So there is a special weapon in the arenas that when you activate Destructive Reach, which is her number 2 ability, it actually boosts your spell damage by 600, as well as your weapon damage. So I'm actually curious, how does the burst from that compare with the burst that we get from the Mage Guild thing? I think the Mage Guild thing's probably the best. And likewise, should we just crank the spell damage high enough and then throw these percent damage modifiers on top of it? Oh, look, somebody else has the right idea. Except they actually have to use more than one attack to take down the imps. Oh, yeah, you think you're hot stuff, huh, sorcerer? Watch. I'm just going to sit back and watch you how long it takes you to take these down while you pretend to DPS. Uh-huh. Now, let me show you how it's really done. Oops. Missed. 1795. 20 grand non-crit. 20 grand non-crit. 20 grand non. What's it gonna take to get a crit around here? We do have buff food, right? Should probably get some like crit potions or something to go. There actually is a crit Mundus that might make this a lot more fun. Bam! 32 grand one-shotted. 32 grand one-shotted. You know, you got to do your endeavors where you kill a couple of monsters. This is how you do it. Don't even have to open from stealth. Animation got canceled. 32 grand one-shotted. Boom. 20 grand. It's a 20 grand non-crit. See, the fun part is, though, it makes me want to change up. It makes me want to change the build up a little. We go get some money from the bank for a Vindalia's Splatter Day contest tonight, probably around midnight or so Eastern my time. All right, yeah. So just make sure this, yeah, and just make sure to fire off that empower buff.
I hope you're watching.
After it takes flight. Boom! One-shotted. I should do a stuff from streams video. I'm getting like FPS Doug here, if anybody remembers that old meme. Ready? 32K. Don't mess with her. She'll blast your ass for 32K fire damage. All right. Probably should just change the... Actually using an Oblivion damage enchant on here. What is... Oblivion damage based on a portion of the enemy's max health. So the higher the health, the higher the damage, up to 4875 on just the enchant. But can I get the combat log here? Can I just get let's turn that off. Let's turn off everything here. Can I just get the combat log here? Nah, it's something else. Let's get rid of that tab. Remove. Maybe I'm getting my games mixed up. I can't remember if this had a combat log like WoW. Of course, what we could also do is if it crits, boom! Just jump in like that. Oh, wait, here we go. Well, the problem is there's no AoE, so we do want to still have some spell power for when we have to use regular attacks against trash. But when it's boss time, or we can just kind of do this, see 1795. We add Empower, then it'll go up to 20 to 32K. But you just got to remember to fire this off after the thing's in flight. 32K.
Is that the last of them? Oh, thank feck.
So, I mean, what they have 31,000 health. I wonder if she'd be better with a crit Mundus instead of a magic Mundus. So, I wonder if she'd be better off with gear that focuses on crit, as opposed to gear that increases the... Because the issue with... That's probably what we got to do with this. Because her other specs benefit more from higher resources. So I wonder, maybe we give up some of those resources to... She's at 36% spell crit. See if we can make a bunch of crit gear that cranks... Well, we're not going to be able to make crafty Alfiq. But let's go make a set of Julianos gear, which has a bunch of crit in and of itself. And set it up so that it gives lots of crit. So here's the thing. You get all crit gear. Crit adds about like 1 to 2%. So that'll add what? That'll get her up to like what? 50% crit or something like that? If here she get her to like 40-something% crit, 50-something% crit. Plus she has the bonus from wearing light armor that she'll get crit from every light armor piece that she gets here. Alrighty. Let's see. 25K, because the buffs weren't all active, including the one you do when you're in flight. 20k non-crit.
All right, but don't cry for mummy.
What about crit weapons? Because if we gave up the pen instead and just made a set of crit weapons, what would that... Yeah, let's try that. Let's try making a big crit Inferno. Let's try making a big critty, so to speak, Inferno Staff. See what difference that makes. Richard Goodmain off to the forge. Let me see here. All right, let's see. Richard Goodmain off to the forge. Let's do this. So if we want to... Yeah, there is a plus crit thing we can do to add a bunch of extra crit onto there. So if we're going to do that with Inferno, we might as well do it with the Inferno Staff. We could always do it with the Resto Staff too. But for now, at minimum, we got to make an Inferno Staff of Twilight's Embrace. Something... We can also... wait. No. Instead of plus Magicka, hold on. ESO crafted sets. Give me a list. Give me a list while that's loading. ESO crafted sets. What if we did a plus crit weapon? Because I think there are crafted sets where the 2-piece is just crit. Where is it? Weapon and spell damage, armor, there it is. Assassin's Guile. 2 items gives you 657 crit chance. Where do we make that stuff? That's locations, it's in Vardenfell somewhere. All right, off to Vardenfell. Let's make a huge crits. Let's make a huge crits fire staff. Huge crits fire staff. Vardenfell. Where do we make this thing? All right, that's Shacklebreaker. Where's the Assassin's Guile place? That's not it. Daedric Trickery is plus health. Daedric Trickery is plus health. Assassin's Guile is over. It's in Mirandus. Yep, plus 657 critical chance. Let's go, baby. And we'll also put the weapon bonus for plus crit as well. It'd be funny if that by itself gave her a crap ton of crit. This is exactly what Zost has been trying to nerf, though, is all of this massive overemphasis on crit, especially in PvP. Yeah, but that's the way it is in PvP, is people want to try and burst down the enemy, so they'll RNG their damage out about as bad as a Ret Paladin in early WoW, with Seal of Casino and everything. Let's see here. All right, Mirandus. I remember that from Elder Scrolls Morrowind. What was that? What did I run over? You mean to tell me this little... All right, we'll get some more fishing bait. We used some of it up last night anyway, so replenishing the stocks isn't that bad of a thing. Hey, look, is this supposed to be Kylo Ren? Look at the robe setup. Ajari Shadowstalker. No, that's Kylo Ren. I'll have to look into that. I think that one of the Sapiarch things lets you do like a Kylo Ren mask. I should make a Kylo Ren style character now. I already have one in Guild Wars 2. All right, let's see. Vardenfell. Head off to this. We're gonna go off to Dwarf Place right here. Just go west. Yeah, Kylo Ren. A Kylo Ren cosplay in ESO. I have some dark-themed characters like Darthas Goodmain that would probably be a really good match for that kind of a look. Yeah. Might have to buy some outfit slots for him. Hook him up. All right, let's see here. Boing! Yeah, there's a drops weekend going on over on Twitch. So everybody over there is going to have higher viewers and stuff, but that's a lot of... See, the sad part is just the utilitarian side of it. There's people that don't care about the streamers that are only going to show up for the free stuff. And I was so tempted to join that because I was like, well, maybe some people will come say hello. But number one, it's Twitch. Number two, their technology leaves you prone to spam and other crap like that. Number three, these are people that don't care. All they want is the free stuff. So Now, Vindalia cracked 1,000 views after 1,000 concurrents after a couple of raids last night, but how many of those people are going to come back for Splatter Day? She's usually 150 to 200, by the way. All right, Rubidites to there. Let's make this darn thing. Make this guy into a Kylo Ren. Who cares? The Inquisitor look that I have for him is already pretty close. All right, let's see. Yeah. No. Carpentry station. We're making an Inferno Staff. Where is... There it is. Let's see, where's Mirandus' carpentry station? There's still something out there trying to fight me, so I don't know. All right, Assassin's Bow. All right, Inferno. Let's do an Inferno Staff. Champion 160. Now, there's a bonus to crit in here. Which one is it? Yeah, precise. Got about 3% for weapon and spell crit, plus what we get from the extra crit chance, plus what happens when we crank it up to legendary. See what that looks like. And we also put some, like a fire enchant or an oblivion enchant on it or something. All right, Assassin's Inferno Staff. We don't have the materials to bring it up to legendary, so let's just make it into an epic. 6% crit before we talk about the 634% critical chance. Back to the castle. Throw something on here, then throw it in the bank. Make sure we're not using the chest this time. Don't want to get it mixed up. Beautiful day in Vardenfell. Look at this. Gorgeous day, except for that volcano. Send Celeste out here. The problem is, by the time she gets out here, it'll probably start raining. That's the usual luck, the usual non-luck that I have. You know what? Let's enjoy this beautiful weather until it inevitably starts raining. Go to Vivek City to get this thing enchanted. See, I even have his thing up there. Zogvin. Da. This guy even have his... Some people are trying to sell Zogfin daggers. Just go to Vivek City and apply the enchantment there and throw it in the bank. Enjoy this nice weather. It'll probably start raining the minute I hit the city, though. That's my usual non-luck. Yeah, that's my usual non-luck with this stuff. 4:34 at the Geek House. I'm gonna do this for a bit. Might do a chat stream about the Linus Tech Tips thing later on, but it's not really important. It's just like, now tech video people have just reared their ugly heads on Twitter. Guys like, oh yeah, if you're using ad blocker, it's the same as piracy. Yeah. I don't think Linus really realized just what he was digging up and dredging up by doing that. All right, where's an enchant station? It's crazy because there's a lot of selfishness among tech people. I know it because I've seen a lot of narcissism among computer techs, including the guy that ran me out of his shop practically because I had an AMD system back in the early 2000s before Conroe came out. Oh, so terribly sorry that I was open-minded enough to build a computer, and look, nobody's going to watch this because it's a gaming stream. So, zero chance whatsoever from these people. And you know, why do you want to cater to them? That's my question. It's my question for Linus and pretty much for anything. Crusher enchant. Do we want to do that? Reduce physical and spell. Well, if we're going to be bursting enemies down, that doesn't really matter. We should either do a fiery enchant or an oblivion enchant. Well, how about that? That's armor. That's crushing. Where's the one that's just playing damage? Spell harm, magic regen, health regen. I think a negative health regen. Yeah, this is oblivion damage. We'll throw this on there. Deals oblivion damage based on a portion of the enemy's max health. This will hit tanks harder as a result. All right, there's that. Let's get this thing enchanted. Assassin's Inferno Staff. Throwing a legendary on it already. 634, 6% crit from that. And then throw a damage enchant on there. Let's throw this in the bank and have Celeste go pick it up. This banker tends to be pretty... No, the other one tends to be rather funny. Around the other side. A little crowded here.
You look a bit lost. This is the Vivek City Depository, the finest bank and loan in all of Vardenfell. Would you like me to show you to a vault?
Nah, she has some funnier lines than that.
The Red Mountain? Oh, that's just noise and smoke. Nothing to be concerned about. I'm almost certain it won't erupt during our lifetime. Lord Vivek and the Tribunal would never allow such a thing. Oh, don't mind the big chunk of stone floating above the city. It's perfectly safe. Lord...
Where's the other one?
I could give you a song and dance, but when all is said and done, this is a bank. Either you have need of our services, or you don't. Simple as that.
All right, let's throw this thing in there. Assassin's Inferno Staff. Toss that in. Let's see what kind of crit she gets as a result of it. See. Let me keep an eye on Twitch, by the way. See if these people are out streaming to nobody. See if I recognize some of the names of people streaming to nobody. That's the thing. Live streams require you to have people that want to see you live, as opposed to just want to see you anytime. Let's see here. Bubbly corn, airy summer. Nope, nobody at the bottom of the totem pole. Good. Sort this out. That's the thing, though. I mean, many of these ESO streamers are just sucking extra viewers because of the drops. I'm curious how many of these people watching ESO on Twitch right now have the streams muted and they're doing something else. That's the thing. I mean, talk about I'm building a community. Really, how big is your Discord versus how big is your numbers? So, who's active on your Discord versus who just joined because they felt like they'd be missing out if they didn't, but they never actually show up. Let's see here. How much? So she's at what, 30-something% crit as is? How much more crit does she get just by equipping this thing? I gotta see this. See what this does for how many times we slam an enemy for 32,000 fire damage. That's one heck of a amount in terms of noise. But unfortunately, Madam Fyrdragon is nowhere close to a bank. What's this? Glenthor Fittich. While we're at it, settings, add-ons, harvest map. Please get that crap off of my mini map. All right, no. Turn that off. I only want to see him in the 3D world. That way they can stop cluttering up the map like that. There is a Mundus for crit. We're at 36.4% spell crit as it is. So I think there's some kind of limit to crit too. I know Zoss was out trying to nerf crit very recently because of PvP. All those people going out one-shotting everybody. Could always do some carpentry dailies as well to get some materials to upgrade to legendary. What's this? It's one of those I spent way too much money on a Radiant Apex. Ha 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 ha. Congratulations, you spent triple digits just to have a mount that has a little light show. Whatever, man.
Yes, my vision dream speaks.
And this is the problem with these crown crates, is that people recognize the crown crate mounts, and they're like, look, someone who blew a ton of money just to get a mount. Way too much money just to get a mount. Now, if we actually put their numbers on the screen, they'd probably be good and embarrassed. All right. Wow, problems loading NPCs, huh?
The Bank of Daggerfall.
Woo! Give me that staff. Assassin's Inferno Staff. All right, so she has 36%. Wasn't there diminishing returns put on this or something? All right, let's see here. Plunk. We are up to 45.5% crit. Now I'm curious. If I make a full set of gear, Arcane. I don't know if there's a jewelry enchant for crit, but what if, well, it's going to be purple, I think, because it's, what if we make a set of Giuliano's gear now? Well, we're up to around 50% crit now. What happens if we make a crit set of Giuliano's gear, which already contains a bunch of crit? Actually, there's dedicated crit sets out there that we can just crank crit really high with. But the thing with Giuliano's is it gives you the 300, no strings attached, 300% damage. Why is everybody loading like some kind of gloam shadow? Like Stapler? Oh, Wood Elf. Wood Elf with tattoos and a Nord bathing suit. Dude, this is like... Let's go get some target practicing with 45% crit before we start playing with making additional armor. I think weapons will do the trick just fine, especially when we know we haven't upgraded this one to legendary yet. There's definitely going to be an improvement when we take it up to legendary. Weapons going to legendary usually mean a lot more than armor going to legendary. By nature, especially if they're two-handers. By nature of just them being a major slot like that. All right, see, we went too far. The imps are back up on that hill.
Up we go.
Let's see. Find us some imps, or are there some new players that are too busy trying out the game? 30. Wait a minute. Why are we're down to 30 now? Hold on. We lost some pen, that's why. So yeah, we crit more often, but we crit for less. Or do we? 3804.
Getting good at this.
So yeah,
Probably shouldn't be proud of that.
well, more reliable 30 grands. But we're missing that. We're missing the offensive power of that pen that we had earlier. So you're talking 30 on a crit or 20 on a non-crit.
This is a fight now.
25, 7, 12, and that's only if we remember to buff everything in transit like this. I think now we're getting. I mean, see, that's what's always bothered me about this. Okay, we can ditch the weapon. So much for that idea. Inferno Staff, Twilight's Embrace, sharpened, legendary, amazing. Isn't there like some crit enchant that we could get though that throws a proc on everything? It's only like 27,000 DPS single target. That's not too bad. The enchant is like a burst damage enchant, when in reality, the thing with damage enchants is they're only good against your current target, but a buff enchant of sorts, that would be something else. Let's go check that out for a second here.
Off with you, sweet.
Could always send her a crit enchant to throw on her weapons. Hold on a second. So it's not really worth, I mean, the Oblivion damage thing would just be more burst. Let's see. All right, let's see. Outfit? No, that's not it. Well, let's borrow an enchant station, which would mean actually having to go to an enchant shop in this town. That mount is so loud. Look at all these people that pre-purchased the game. High Isle is going to be cool, though. Getting back to Bretons and chivalry. Play some power metal while hanging out in the more noble part of town. Alright, so enchantments. She can only do basic enchants, but we can kind of get the template for what this would be here. Alright, say you want to make like a Ta enchant. Let's do like Jode something Ta. Jorah something Ta. Alright, now let's pick an aspect ratio. Pick an aspect. Oh, she doesn't know anything. All right, this won't help. Is there some kind of crit enchant that we can put on a weapon? All right, let's look it up. Making the whole system barf just by opening a web browser. Let's see here. Google Chrome. You bloated piece of crap. Crit, enchant. I mean, it's typing like an old DOS machine. That's how slow it is. Crit rate, crit damage, da-da-da-da-da. Let's see. Full glyph list for ESO. Looking at the Outcast guide here. Weapon glyphs. Fire damage. So you can pick a certain type of damage. Decreased health is unresistible. There's damage shields and there's restoration. The weapon damage enchant would probably be what we're looking for. And prismatic onslaught, magic damage, undead, and Daedra. Plus weapon and spell damage for 5 seconds would probably be good if we were in a longer fight. We probably should do something with Okori. Close. Did we get our frame rate back after closing that? Nah, I can still see in the stream that it's running very, very badly. Hold on a second. Let's take a look at something here. Performance. 99% CPU. Gee, I wonder. What's killing everything? ESO is like 64% of it. ESO is 60% of it. See, there isn't still any Chromes going, right? No, there's just a bunch of Firefoxes. Performance down to 91% CPU. What is murdering this machine right now? Put it in high performance mode. Could be that I've got the graphics close to max on this thing. Absolutely murdering this machine. Crank it up to high performance mode. Stop trying to save power. Here we go. Now it's into the 80s. Give me details. CPU usage is a combination of ESO and OBS. A little bit of Firefox. Other than that, though, it is mostly ESO that's doing it. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Yeah, we even got the ingest to complain while we were doing all that stuff at once. That's part of the problem, is that this game will find weakness in your CPU even with multi-threaded rendering turned on. Just in Daggerfall with all this wild stuff going on. That's how I know I'm getting CPU limited. This year would count. This year is basically 20 years since I first built my first system. So I've been wondering whether I should take a look at building another system in the summer or in the fall. And this one, of course, to be Windows 11 friendly. But I got to try Windows 11 first to see if I really want to upgrade to it. Because people are finding all kinds of crap with Windows 11. All right, so we get out of town, we go out into the woods, and we're just hanging out in this little meadow here with some pretty trees. What is our CPU down to now? That the system isn't having to handle all that garbage. Yeah, we're down in like the 60s. All right. One-shotted. Didn't even have to make sure all the buffs were up. Much better. Of course, this isn't unique to my system. I've seen this kind of stuttering from PvP streamers toying around in Cyrodiil. Let's see. What we could do, we could jump into a DPS queue. But let's actually... All of my houses actually have the drop-off chest in them. So we can actually just go back to Captain Margos' place, chill in front of the fire. Go to Captain Margos' place, chill in front of the fire, and then make a plus weapon and spell damage glyph. Here we go. This little classic. Hang here. There's the drop chest in the back. So we can just hang here and make ourselves a little make a spell damage glyph. Because something that hurts your enemy affects that one fight. But if you're fighting a bunch of different monsters, a buff to yourself affects all of them. So, plus weapon and spell damage weapon enchants is what we need. Which means pull Richard back to the castle. Have him just make stuff in the castle. No problems with the internet. I just made the system barf so much that it caused everything to stutter. If I reload live control room, it's not going to make anything better. Alright, probably causing the system to barf again. I mean, if I really want to F the stream, I'll do a speed test right now. Yeah, this whole system's barfing now. Let's get out of here. We'll go do this in the castle. Cristobal. Interesting. Plus weapon and spell damage. It'd probably be good to... We should put that on both of them, actually, including the Resto Staff. So I've been focusing heavily on debuffing enemies, but, well, that's the difference. Debuffing enemies actually is good for groups, because if you maintain debuffs, people DPS a boss down faster. But if you're if you're a bunch of people fighting one boss, debuffing is better. If you're one person fighting a bunch of enemies, buffing is better. So a little bit of a tightrope walk to get that working correctly. See how long I have to stream with everything not getting slammed before YouTube stops complaining at me. So let's see. Kuta. Okoma. I think it's Rapora. There it is. No, that's health recovery. What we want is damage. Spell harm, magic regen, power. There it is. Oh, Corey. I'm getting them mixed up. Plus weapon and spell damage by 300 for 5 seconds. Throw that glyph in there. Make the glyph and throw it in there. We'll throw it on the Inferno Staff. Then she can pick it up from this same storage coffer and throw it on her weapon. That's what I'm talking about. See how this works. So it's part of the problem with ESO too, on the streaming side of things too, is also I was looking and seeing even little streamers with like no viewers were doing giveaways. So the radio problem all over again. You got to wonder, are they really interested in the game? Are they interested in the streamer? Or are they interested in the free stuff? It's such a classic dilemma. Goes all the way back. Radio's had this problem for a very, very long time. Let's see something here. Darn, winter's messing with me again. What are we down to? 30% humidity. It's actually more humid than most days. Oh yeah, it was way too humid for most of the year. Then I let it dry out during the winter and we get this. Hey, no extra light coming in through this either. We're officially into our proper nighttime now. Winter, baby. All right, throw this on the weapon and let's see what this does. If there is problems after the ingest, I should be seeing it in OBS on screen too. There's nothing there. Just the system got so tied up it wasn't sending data. Google Chrome taking down a stream. How bloated is that browser going to get these days? All right, let's throw this on the bursty Inferno Staff. Get rid of that Oblivion enchant. Let's play with it. Likewise for skills. She has all her passives for Destro. So I'll set with this. This will be plus spell damage, so it's rendered obsolete. We could put this on our bar. All right, let's go play with this. Also, go head off the Dragon Star Arena in Craglorn and let's see how we do. Don't know if she might need heavy armor in order to solo everything. You could also change the other build, which will put more of a traditional emphasis on spell damage as opposed to plus damage to direct damage attacks and all kinds of other stuff too. We could also despecialize her from plus damage and put it on everything, so that way if she goes healing, there'll be some spell power there too. Let's play with that. Let's go do some target practice, compare the two. She has the plus damage to light and heavy attacks, though. That's with this setup, so that's not optional. Why does it sound like this Spence song isn't being properly... It's just a loud song. I gotta get something that sets the output the same for everything coming out of Winamp. Alright, let's do this. Ready? 32-7. So we can one-shot imps for 32-7. Let's go change our constellations a bit here. Pay $3 grand, take this off, and just put it into spell damage across the board. See what this does. 32-7 versus a % damage bonus. And this goes right here. We've got the money to play around with that stuff anyway, so. All right, 32-7. 20. 33-6. 16-5. 21. So this is, what are we at? Like 4 thou? $32.
I really don't like your odds.
2056. Oh, hi. $20.56. So that's roughly what it was hitting. 33.6. What am I doing? 33.6. You know what? Let's see if, well, it has to be stacking that % damage bonus there, because I think we'll actually lose damage if we go back to focusing exclusively on spell damage. Save this build, switch back to the other one.
I can think of 18.
All right, this is the Flame Sniper. Save the Flame Sniper and switch back to Dragon Healer, which doesn't have anything that's plus damage. Gotta change a few things with this. Make it function similar to the other stuff. Inner Light 4. She's now wearing purple because it's more PvE. So she now has an emphasis on plus spell damage across the board and not specifically related to any kind of attack. So plus Mage's Guild, Inner Light is maxed out. Let's see, Destro probably needs a point here. Yep, Impulse can be switch off to Elemental, switch that one to Elemental Ring. Although it would be better for her if she just breathed fire instead. And then this is her PVE setup for healing. All right. Sister 19 lol online. What the heck's that supposed to mean? Or is that some self-promotion screwball thing? In which case, you shouldn't be doing that on YouTube because you're lucky if you get concurrence at all. All right, we got up to 33 last time. What do we get now? Just 30. Yeah, so no, this is blatantly weaker. She does have the same stuff equipped, right? Yeah, plus weapon damage. Arresto, Crafty Alfique, and Julianos. And 47.6 on the magic. Yeah, no, this isn't... The other way is better. She can only hit 30 now. 31 if... 31 at the higher end of the spectrum. $18.7. No way. No. We need that bonus.
That's a...
Because we check in the constellations, this has all the generic spell damage boosts. So plus 165, plus 165, plus I think in here it's all maxed out. So that's all set up. Just doesn't have the plus 15% heavy attack bonus. She does have the right morph for that Bolf. She does have the right morph for this, right? Yeah, Molten Armaments, your own damage with heavy attacks increased by 50%. So, no.
Ready to try something new, eh?
So, if you're going to go heavy attack, that talent is absolutely something you should invest in. Alright, Flame Sniper equipped. Get Miri back on scene here.
Alright, so how much trouble are you in?
What other buffs? I mean, I don't know if there's any other buffs we can add in, like plus flame damage or something like that. No. The reason why the numbers go a little higher is because the enchantment activates. The enchant activates, and she goes a little higher with that. That's why. That's why that's happening. The enchant happens, and it boosts spell and weapon damage by a couple hundred. So it'd be interesting if we swap the Julianos gear with Burning Spell Weave. But we're talking only gaining 200 spell damage for a limited amount of time. 16.5, 33.6.
You know, I like to think I'm agreeable.
She doesn't have a debuff or anything. Just buffing all over the place. Some more shots in on something here. The heck? Everything's dead. Glenumbra's really farmed out today. What, a lot of new players hanging out. Oh yeah, I got this game. I'm sick of WoW and Final Fantasy, so I'm trying this one out. All right. Nothing below 20,000 damage for that one. Is the cast time? I think the cast time's a little longer though. That's what takes care of it that way. Looks like the enchant is actually firing off like it's supposed to. Good. Ugh. Not bad if I do say so myself. Yeah, you're... Keep buffed, keep buffed. 21,033. So it's 21,033 on a non-crit, higher on a crit. Nice. 20,056. Imagine if she was chugging spell damage potions that gave her extra spell damage for 45 seconds. 32, 33. So the other thing we got to look at here is the Dragonstar Arena Destro Staff gives you an additional 600 spell damage when you fire off your thing here.
Just tired of walking anyway.
So while we're at it, why don't we jump into the daily? Let's jump into the daily random normal DPS queue
We need a way to
and head
root out
off.
the bandits.
Do some more experimenting with this. At the very same time, though, we should probably sell everything off. See how this goes. Could go in as the healer. Then just do this for everything. She's totally spec'd for burst damage, though. She doesn't even have an AE heal. Except for this. So throw hots on everything. 23-1. Says we lost the buff. Well, what would we be healing with? Do we have some kind of AE? No, we don't have an AE heal per se. We could always, however, throw Obsidian Shard onto the 35 skill points. Probably should put those into something. We can also have Stone Fist, which can also be a cleave heal. But I think this would actually be better. Throw this on here. And so instead of throwing, I'll throw damage shields on everybody, and then throw damage shields on everybody, then proceed to do that. Why don't we just jump into the healer queue instead, and just go in and do this kind of burst damage, and then use the smart heal for most of the healing. Let's do that. Group. Get out of here. Shouldn't be waiting minutes to get a dungeon. Unless everybody's on the test realm. $33.6. Now that's what I call an enchant. Then we just have the fireball take care of any healing. It'll randomly fire off to whoever needs it.
All right, don't cry for mummy.
33.6. We've gained an extra DPS. Well, that's what HOTS, preventative stuff, and smart heals are for. I traditionally have problems, though, with wind-up attacks with these kinds of things, though. Probably should go back to the castle, repair armor, and get everything ready for whenever that healer queue pops. Or, hey, put on heavy armor. Put on some tank armor, go in as the tank. Just make sure to swap in a taunt. Maybe make that like the number 2 ability or something. Then just go in and, well, this isn't a defensive staff, so it would have lower numbers anyways. What kind of burst could we squeeze into a tank setup, though? See, it's been a little bit of time, so let's get rid of that spam message. All right, let's see if this screws up this. See if this screws up this stream again. Oh, it is definitely 45 frames per second. But I used to play this game in high mode instead of close to max. So, let's see. All right, repair armor and sell extras. Everybody's showing up as shadows until they finish loading in. Look at this. Oh, here we go. Queue's up. 66 out of 120. We should be good. One DPS asleep at the wheel. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Banish shells too. This shouldn't be hard. Matter of fact, they probably won't even need heals. So, 5-second boss fights. Here we come. Just remember to keep everyone buffed. Buff and throw his shield on everybody. Never done the quest before.
Curse you, Rillis. You've returned. You, 3 of the binding stones.
All right. Make sure the fireball's handy. Let the fireball do everything. 21,969. Everybody's just one-shotting everything.
Tyrion's right, of course. The keepers work for my benefit.
Mortal Strike, 29 grand.
However, I made sure they still serve their sacred.
Just throw shields on everybody.
They'll fight you to their last breath. Don't
Trying to loot
fight
here.
your way through all of the keepers. How amusing!
None of these creatures are going to survive long enough to get smacked, are they? 17-7. Oh, yeah, extra armor. Don't forget to...
turn back.
Oh, we got to kick someone for inactivity.
Keep her out
Will
of
they even
your
notice?
is the first stone. Let's see if she's learned from me in our time together.
29-7. The extra damage from dungeon monsters.
That's much better. I'd say it feels like I regained the use of a limb. If I had any. Ah, here come some new friends. Let's see if I've still got Slaughter. Still delightful after all these years.
These folks don't know how this dungeon works, do they? We do have to double back and go backwards. Or are they going to vote to kick this person who has yet to show up to the group? Gee, it's a good thing I'm in here with a burst damage.
Mom and Dad give their best.
Well, Miri's here. We should set her up to do AE damage. What's everyone doing down here, though? Well, this is a dull run. Finally, a fourth person. So does Miri get removed from the group now? We could have been to the next boss already. This is daily random normal. There's no reason for this to even be happening. Why are we waiting for this person? Don't punish the people that are actually here because of a bozo that's late. $23-4. What? $19-8. $26-2. $19-5. Oh, looks like something needs a heal. Throw the fireball at him. It's the fun part with this smart heal, too. There we go.
I'm impressed with the keepers.
Did our fourth person finally show up?
To control a Daedra of that size. I wonder what Daedra you could bend to your will.
Oh, wait, or is this some kind of... No, is this a second wing of this dungeon that I normally never get to go into?
Voranel lies ahead. I never liked him. He hums off key.
Someone started combat already. I see 3 people, so good. 41 grand.
I marvel at your efficiency. You really are quite good at killing keepers.
All right. Let's do breathing
Yeah.
fire for
Get
this
me
one.
taken care of.
Why do we keep getting into combat this quick? Because we're actually moving now? No. Engulfing flames. There we go. Now we can wipe some trash the right way. Well, everyone's insta-gibbing everything. $14K, that's not exciting. 27, there we go.
Daedric power is not granted cheaply. The keepers are paying for their new powers with their service to me.
Why do you keep using the PvP skill?
Temper my thirst. Your
And
bones
power
will
buff.
end my famine.
41 grand. 43 grand. Get the fireball in action to do the healing. 33. I always throw another fireball around, which can crit all over the place too. This smells. Actually, gotta do some healing. There we go. We gotta fix the other stuff afterwards. I should be seeing health bars when people are injured.
How easily you slaughter Daedra and Keeper alike. How much more powerful could you be made with my gifts?
31K.
Fascinating.
Ooh, a damage shield. Which one do we have to hit? 33.6. It's a 3-second. It's 3 seconds, so I don't think you can cast it beforehand and have it still go off. In order to get your Empower, it has to be cast while the fireball is in transit. There we go. All right, down here is the end of the quest. All right. No, this is the same. I'm getting it mixed up with another dungeon. All right, let's check out this mage dude as usual.
Hold nothing back! I break my oath as keeper to see Release finished, and if he escapes, all of Tamriel will pay for our folly.
The hell is it with all this spam? What the hell is it with all this spam today? 24-hour timeout. Or whatever the heck it is. What the? Yeah, see, I'm dealing with crap in the chat and I get this. Quite alright. Throw a few more fireballs to heal people so we find out where the heck the boss is. Oh, trash wave. Not too bad, actually. Check Syrian for signs of life. Have I never done this before? It just seems like, oh, maybe I've done the quests on other characters. 300 seconds, it's like a time, that's a 5-minute timeout.
Immeril, my fellow keepers.
Oh yeah, we gotta turn that off too.
Did I succeed?
Alright, let's fix all this. Nameplates. So, health bars, social, we're gonna turn off. Alright, change some of this crap here. Profanity filter, yeah, let's do that for this type of stuff. Nameplates off. Health bars should be on. They should only show when they're injured. Injured, 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 injured. Yeah, that should only be when they're injured. Now, I don't want any chat settings. Gameplay, combat cues. It's been so long since I had to toy with this stuff. That's good. Interface, chat bubbles. We don't need those. Just read the in-game chat for that. So is that... only the tank is left. Well, let's get out of here then. Group. That was our daily random normal. Head back to the castle. Yeah, GG's to you too. Oh no, back to Glenumbra. Well, let's see what kind of scenery we get once this loads in. Yeah, so I really got to wonder about some of these spam names and whatnot, and just stuff like that. I mean, when you get into this stuff, you're looking for good people. Well, not necessarily, not spam robots or scammers or any of that other stuff. I really got to wonder, especially when the concurrent thing hasn't budged. So these are people that are coming in, doing their one-man spam, and then heading out. These are people that are coming in, doing their one-man spam, and heading out before the thing even ticks up. So, see if we see anything more from these generic name folks here. All right, enough of this. Back to the privacy and the serenity of the castle. It's all part of the ruse when it comes to streaming. You'll see a streamer doing really well, and you'll be like, oh, there must be a lot out there, you know, something like, no, actually, streaming's pretty small. Streaming's smaller than we give it credit for, even in parts of the world where it's more popular than videos, like Asia. So, well, the culture is a bit different in terms of how people approach going live over there. It's a situation where, do you view streaming as something you do in addition to regular YouTube stuff, or as a replacement for regular YouTube stuff? So it really boils down to here. So who exactly is in the ESO directory right now on YouTube? Because I know there's a bunch of people over on Twitch trying to farm drops. The sad reality is you can just mute something. Yeah, some Russian folks and somebody who's double streaming. Some Russian folks and someone who's I know who is double streaming over on Twitch right now. But just this Russian person with 151 concurrents probably runs a channel similar to Alcast or something. So it's just a matter of streaming being an extension of what they're already doing.
How may I serve?
Say here, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, and all this other stuff. So what exactly did we get from that Tormentor? That's a taunt. that's a taunt type thing. Fire Tooth, bunch of stamina, makes you faster. Nah, nothing exciting. Mostly looking for, there's a couple of sets out there that actually help you out with your heavy attack damage. That would be something I'd actually benefit from. Well, if things ever change, I'm interested in those. At least they're in a, yeah, I guess we can get rid of this Assassin's Inferno Staff too. I don't understand though, why is it that cranking your stats really high always works out pretty well? Because I've tried things like double stacking weapon and spell damage buffs and stuff like that, especially with some of the hybrid optimization that just came out in the most recent patches. Why is this so much of a thing? As opposed to just get a crafty Alfiq or something and crank your stats really high. I mean, other than health, I don't really... Well, I could experiment with health-based stuff, but only on a Warden, because Warden's the only ones that actually gain damage from a higher health pool. Templars gain defense, but that's the extent of it. You know what? I should probably put some kind of step stool thingy down so that folks who aren't, you know, the kings and queens of the castle can have somewhere to sit without pulling something like this. But... let's stretch out a bit, shall we? And figure out what it is that we're doing next. So that's a daily random normal for the day, and what are we going to do now? Dragon Star Arena, that's what. There's an arena weapon that gives you, if we can get it, it's a Destro Staff that is tied specifically to the number 2 ability that she has, Destructive Reach and Destructive Clench, that boosts your spell damage by 600 when you cast that, independent of anything else. So, let's go do that. First, let's grab our goodies. Starting with these. Put all this this stuff was piling up. This stuff was piling up from yesterday. Look at this. While I was getting her up to Mage Guild level 10. Looks like turned off the UI. I gotta set that to Alt Z like it's alright, we gotta stop doing that. Controls. Why can't I tag that to Alt Z like it's World of Warcraft? Toggle UI on and off. Yeah, it binds. Because I have NVIDIA, because World of Warcraft uses that as a universal shortcut for turning off the UI, I actually have it set up so that WoW rewards for the worthy. Plague Break. This might be something to consider here, though. Directing, let's see, Plague Carrier, 610 disease, 6,000 disease damage, See, that basically dots everything up. It's like Warlock armor. Yeah, I forgot we had that from when I took her to Cyrodiil earlier. That's 4 more transmutes then. Then where's the other one that we just got from this? Down here, there we go. The purple actually gives us more transmute transmute crystals than the other one does. All right. Dragon Star Arena, that's in Craglorn. So let's head out there and let's have some fun with that and see how much higher we can go. I gotta ask myself if all this burst is really worth it, because you have to keep constantly casting a PvP ability while projectiles are in transit, so to speak. Let's do this. Go try this out. Worst comes to worst, bring in Richard Goodman because he has more passive healing while doing efficient damage. Don't know if a Dragon Knight would be as good at it. Where's she been? She's never been anywhere in Craglorn. Oh. Alright, where's the nearest entrance to Craglorn? This Bankarai. I think she can go in this way. She's never been to Craglorn before, so we're gonna have to map a few things out. Yeah, Celeste. She's very limited. She's primarily focused on dungeons, because when I first started her out as a character, let's see. Good, the right mouse button didn't stick again. When I first started her out as a character, there was this whole thing about Dragon Knights are for tanking. Dragon Knights are for tanking. So I was like, let's make a Dragon Knight who's made for healing and heal with fireballs. Because I saw the morph for... I saw the cauterized morph, and I was like, let's make a Dragon Knight that heals via fireballs. And stuff like that. Uh-oh. You're gonna be sorry if you knock her off her mount. Alright, how about this way? I think I'm gonna go through this gate. Or is there some other... Yeah, let's go up here. So why does this say that this goes through... Get out of combat. Oh, the reach. Well, that takes us to the reach, but that's not what I'm looking for. How do we get to Belkarth? We've been here before, so I think I had to go through Bankarai or something. We gotta go through the southern part of the zone, don't we? What, you're just farming as a tank? Nah, we're being lazy. We gotta map out the southern part of the zone. Yeah, he's AE farming. Otherwise, he wouldn't have done that. Where is Miri? Oh, Miri's unsummoned. Because that awkward moment in the dungeon earlier. Trolls, toothpick. Let's head on down to here. Now we gotta wait for a monster to reset. Try that again. Didn't we have to do a quest or something in order to get through the gates halfway down the zone? There was some screwball thing I remember. It is dry as all heck, and I'm not making anything better by pointing a fan at me like this.
Need of you, comrade.
Martyrs Crossing. Let's see what we got here. Hey, while we're at it, let's see if the idiot showed up. Actually, the idiot didn't show up. Cool. You don't see that very often. All right, let's get back to this. Maybe they finally found something better to do with their time. All right, so I think the way it worked was there was the Bankurai garrison was barricaded. There's no way down there. So you basically had to do the quest where you stormed the gates in order to get in. Or was there something else that I'm missing? Well, there's a way shrine up here as well as a shard. Let's see if we can take that, get these two. All right, Bankurai Pass. That shard is inside a delve, so no on that one. What's this? Garrison Sewers, can't go in yet. Yeah, it's a quest, basically. In order to unlock the southern part of the zone, you have to do that quest to get through the garrison. Unless there's... Well, we might as well. Yeah, because then down there we have Hallin's Stand. Or is there another way into Craglorn? So we have one entrance coming over from Bankurai. No. The way to Craglorn is... There's actually a... No, I'm doing this the hard way. We can actually get to Belkarth from transportation carts in various cities like Daggerfall. This is irrelevant. Looking for a world entrance when in reality I'm looking for something that would only become available when you hit max level. So there was some way over there. Let's head out here. What are we looking at? So it's 5:39 now. Let's do this, take a break for a bit. Then we can talk about the Linus Tech Tips thing in non-optimal hours, according to some people. The charts say that most of my audience is online in the early evening. So them not showing up to these raids, them not showing up to these streams says a lot about them. So that's part of what we have to bring down the hammer on with this tech video thing. Just the insular nature of computer people and nerds in general. Yeah, it's not going to fly. It's not going to fly to have 6 people streaming to no one instead of helping each other out. Or having any respect for each other as creators. Speed riding. I think there might be an entrance. There's like a wagon we take to Craglorn. Where was that? It's over here. Maybe we have to go to Wayrest for that. You can actually look in the transportation nodes here to get that. I don't think Daggerfall is where we went for that. I think we had to go to Wayrest, then head out that way. I think it was the orcs, actually, that had something like that. Let me just check the map here. This wagon is that wagon is a caravan to Rothgar. Gold Coast, Volkelgard, Davin's Watch, places with sea access. Yeah, it was probably Wayrest. Because I know there was Overland, there was a wagon that you took to get to Belkarth. Just couldn't remember where the NPC was, because I never actually did that quest. Wasn't out here, was it? Nah. I'm surprised you actually have to play the breadcrumb game and doesn't just give it to you, especially when you're max level. Head off to Wayrest and let's see if it's there. Stormhaven. That's Senchal. That goes out to... Have these changed over the years? I remember there was a way to get there. Down here? That's elsewhere. That's a caravan to elsewhere. Alright. How do we get to Craglorn? I actually have to look this up. Could be the case that the wagons now do other things too, so... But I know there was a way, like, somebody said, oh, the stars align or something. Watch, YouTube's gonna barf again. YouTube's gonna barf again because I had to open Chrome. Yeah, Craglorn. The zone can be at any level at Gate and Bankerai, but it's also possible to travel to Craglorn via, yeah, disappearance of constellations from the... Right. There should be wagons that take you to Craglorn here. Let's go see if we can find them. What's this? To Senchal. Or did that get nerfed now? And we have to go play through Bankerai in order to unlock this. Yeah, because according to this, there are wagons in the capital cities. I think I've seen them in... I've actually seen them in Alinor, too, so you can actually go check the things over in Alinor. The DLC area has had something, too, but I know I've run past some people that are like, the constellations have disappeared out of the sky, which is where the zone story from that comes from. Let's head off to Somerset. Alright, what's this? That's a guild trader. Alright, anything on here? There's no wagon on here, that's the thing. Is there some kind of legend? How do you get there, then? This was a thing for the longest time, because I have the NPC. I actually have the NPC being like, oh yeah, there's something going on.
We must speak.
Strong, bro. These are guild traders, though. The wagon I'm looking for, this isn't it. I've driven past people that would take you there. The question is, were they removed? Let's head out towards the edge of town here. Like, you know, the stars have told me something, something, something. And I've actually taken the wagons out to Craglorn before. No. All right, let's head back to Wayrest. See if we can figure this out.
Don't merely be a visitor to Somerset. Help uphold its justice.
This is crazy. The capital cities are supposed to have wagons heading out there. Do I have to look up the specific NPC? Looking at it right now. Let's look up how to get to Craglorn. Stargazer Herald gives you the quest. Yeah, that's it. This wasn't removed, was it? Stargazer Herald. Where is this Stargazer Herald? Yeah, I think Stargazer Herald will actually show up as a something like this. Doge something. That's not set up correctly. Bornavir. What's this wagon? Grab the. Can we get the daily? That's not the Stable Master. Where is everything here? I think the Stargazer is removed. This goes to Senshal in Southern Elsewhere. Yeah, this was removed. There's something that's been taken. The last time I had to deal with this was with Richard Goodmain a couple of years ago, and he's had access to Craglorn ever since. This is nuts. It's like you ride by it every day for the longest time. Then you're actually looking for it, and they can't be found.
If you're in the market for a reliable...
Yeah, 19 hours in that. There we go. That's the Stargazer
Please,
Herald.
Listen to me for just a moment. It's very important.
Okay, here we go. We just can't jump in the wagon, can we? All right, we actually have to take the quest.
Doom has come to Craglorn. The stars have vanished from the sky. Will no one listen? Will no one help?
It's been so long. I haven't done this in a long time.
I'm an initiate in the Order of Stargazers. We study the stars at one of our order.
Started the cart to Belkarth. So now we've started the quest. We can now take the cart to Belkarth. All right. Can we still do that even if we drop the quest? Well, we can probably just go grab the Way Shrine and then drop the quest. All right, now we're in Craglorn. Let's get over to that Dragonstar Arena. So we have an extra quest in the log. Woo! Who cares? You have extra quest in the log. Let's make sure this is working correctly. Yeah, it's working better than it normally does. Wow! Freaking winter, man. It's going down back to the single digits tonight. Everything melted yesterday, and now whatever's left hard freezes. Let's look at a few things up here. Discord is kind of bloated, though. Belkarth. So where is this Dragonstar Arena at? Up here? Yeah, I got a northwestern corner of the zone. We'll map a lot of it out just getting there. Take this burst, get Miri back in on the action. We might have to set her up as a heal tank, though. Northwestern area, northwestern part of the zone, here we come. Look at that loaded map. All these things I haven't discovered or done. First time she's ever been to Craglorn. Let's see, we might have to actually use the map. Whoa, stay on the path. We gotta stay on the roads, otherwise we're gonna wander into some group area and have a bazillion mobs. This zone, I think, was originally a hard outdoor endgame area for the original game. In one Tamriel, it got revamped so anybody could go to it. But what gets you difficulty-wise is the number of mobs. So let's see here. People selling runs in PCNA. Oh boy. Pay to win. Creeping up, isn't it? Oh, but it's the Crown Store that makes the game pay to win. Not, not these carry runs that are constantly peppering up the zone chat. Hey, you want a vet run? We'll sell it to you for blah blah gold. Actually, I think the WoW token in World of Warcraft does more damage in that area. Ah, YouTube stopped complaining. Well, whatever happened to Google Chrome? Firefox used to be the bloated browser. Now apparently it's Chrome's turn. Plus, people are worried about what Google does with their data. Set this up like this. Okay, Miri's there. Health bar just isn't showing up in the UI. Might have to reload the UI. The west. That means it's sunset. Dragon Star.
Too much to do and too little
It's been a while since I've been here. Where's the way into this place? I think it's up the scaffolding. That's barricaded. That's the trial right there. I think the arena is up the other. The arena is up the other path right there. What's this? Nope, that's not it. That's one heck of an invisible wall. Or is it the case? No. Or is it the case that there's a separate entrance to the arena, completely separate from the town? The town is just there for like selling stuff, things like that. Skip the ore. Yeah, that's what it is. It's an old Nord barrow converted into a battle arena.
I always knew them Pellingares were up to no good. Well done.
All right. This is where it all begins. There's a Destro staff in here. Well, let's see if we need... We're probably going to need tank spec in order to get it, because we have no way of taunting. So if Miri pulls aggro, we got to start healing the heck out of her. But we'll see how this goes with DPS spec. We've been in here before with a heal tank setup, but I really think it's going to take having a taunt on the bar in order for... Maybe we might just want to equip it as is. See... It's like Grand Theft Auto where the music shuts off when you're back on foot. There should be a lot of cheering and stuff, though. It's an arena. Here we go. Let's make this happen.
Are you just going to stand there admiring my armor, or are you ready to enter the arena?
We want that Destro staff, madam.
Then may the mistress guide your hand.
Let's go.
Open the gate! And let the Guar know that fresh meat will be available shortly.
We have new challengers. Will they survive the competition? Or will their blood decorate the floor of our grand arena? Ready or not, the battle is about to begin. For those of you who bet gold on the newcomers, you have my sympathy. Let loose the combatants. This is the Dragon Star Arena, and the games have begun. And now, a round of applause for those proud undead destroyers, the Fighters Guild. Can the newcomers stand against them? I can't wait to find out. Can you?
Better if you didn't miss. No health bar for Miri. We got to do something about that. Reload UI probably, or resummon her. I'll do that after this round. These Fighters Guild folks are pushovers.
Heal me!
Yeah, see? Gotta cast that in transit in order for it to do its thing. $28. One-shotted. Looks like there's extra armor similar to a dungeon. $36.9. $28.3. He's more heavily armored. 30-8. Short work of those Fighters Guild. Who's next? Not a bad idea. Get the fireball in action. Problem is, if you one-shot enemies, it doesn't go to your. It looks like the DPS meter doesn't pick up when I one-shot enemies. All right. 28-3. One-shotted. All right. All right, where's the boss in this round? There we go, 780,000 health. Rebuff. Give me that boss. Oh, he's actually gonna block. He's let his guard down now. It's not going to end well for him. 17-7. He's wearing heavy armor. 28-3. Probably not going to hit 30 on this guy. Get the fireball in action. It'll probably run over and keep Miri alive. Bringing in some buddies. Getting stuck in an animation loop.
I'm hurt!
Gotta get a health bar up for Miri after this round. Can't see when she's injured. Now only hitting 13 now. Looks like the buff needs to be reapplied. 17-7. It's 16 on that one. There we go. He's not blocking now. Got him.
Want to brag about that, or should I?
Finally. So before we take the Oblivion Gate to the next round, let's see if we can fix this UI. I want her to have I want her health bar to show up when she's injured. Gloves of the healer. Magic, recovery, weapon, and spell damage, plus healing done. When you have 5 of those, you constantly have plus 8% healing. I don't think it gets any more generic healer than that. Reload the UI. And try not to crash the game in the process. 6:02, what's our lifetime at? 1:51, closing up 2 hours. So we got her out to the Dragon Star Arena. Let's get stretched out and everything. When it reloads, we'll just leave everything on the screen, then we'll just head off to the next one. I hope none of this respawns. It's supposed to be treated like a dungeon. If it does, then I guess the character's getting ganked. But this is the best scenery that we're going to have. This is the best scenery, though, that we're going to have throughout all of this. Sun's going down in Craglorn, and we're heading off to the next area. The music stops there, but the crowd noise will not. Alright, reloading gave Miri her health bar back. I just want something to show up when she's injured, though. Self-share group members, injured. Friendly NPCs, injured. It's everything to injured. Alright. Next round. At the end of this, there's a Destro Staff. It should come in handy for a lot of what we're doing here. Frozen Ring, let me guess. Next round of the Dragon Star Arena is right here. So far, we've been able to get done.
To go on. This pleases my master. Let's hope you continue to please her, and she grants you the strength to survive the coming battles. Prepare your weapons, ready your spells. Oh, and you may want to put on something warm. It's about to get cold in here. Do try not to soil anything during this battle. To advance, you must defeat the champions of this arena. Nords from the coldest region of Skyrim. They love the thrill of battle, the conquest of their enemies, and the taste of mead, but not necessarily hell.
Got some single target we can use for that. $21-3. Gotta remember to keep the buffs up in order for this to really work.
Dagger them!
Alright, that part's working. Take out this caster.
Big family, you have to know how to swap.
Okay, can we loot now, or do we have to wait for the boss to go down? Oh, okay, no need to res her. She'll get up after every round if she gets taken down.
The trolls. Always forget about the trolls. How the Nords hooked up with those ferocious creatures is beyond me, but they're always good for a few bites.
we have a boss. Two of them, actually. Get the melee, well, nuke the heck out of the melee if he's going to keep focusing her. He's immune to crowd control. He also got some kind of damage. Yeah, he's got a damage shield and a damage debuffer. Debuff him. That one has normal armor.
Ready to fire!
That's where the debuff's coming from. Caster versus caster, huh? We'll just do this. That's right, you run away from the bonfire. I'll stay right here. What's with the whole weapon thing, too? You know, you keep putting your weapon away, then you need to draw it again in order to do anything. It's all the worst things Zos has done to this game. They seem to not understand spellcasters don't necessarily need to be holding something in their hand in order to cast something. It's like 22, 522, just do some good old-fashioned nukes while there's no pressure. Bam! There we go.
The ferocity in your blood melts the bitter cold of this arena. Well done, mortals. Head through the gates when you're ready. There are many more versions of the arena waiting to be conquered.
So this is as far as I've ever gone in one of these arenas before. So let's see, what do we get this time? Gauntlets of the Footman. Good for tanking. Before we proceed, let's give her like a sword and board setup.
May I be of service?
We did have some of that stuff for companions, right? So, weapons. Do shields count as weapons in this game? No, let's see. Sword. We had a purple mace yesterday, so let's see. Give her let her go sword and board then. Reduce damage taken versus increased damage done. Obviously, no comparison on that. Want to toughen her up a bit. She's been doing bows lately, but she's wearing heavy armor mostly.
No problem, Sarah.
All right, let's change some things up here. Probably not gonna have any anything set up for the other stuff. Nothing set up for the appearance. No, not companion sash. That wasn't a shield that I pulled from the bank.
Hello there.
think she's missing one piece of heavy in order to be fully decked out for tanking.
Hope we find something interesting today.
Generic dark elf stuff. Never set her up with a sword and board setup. Overview. Obviously, we're going to have to change that skill out. One-handed. She's never used any of this before. Most she has is a that, which I don't want. I just want her to be tougher and not necessarily tanking. So we should do is do something like this. Slayer's Warp Strike. Say them off balance. Give her a finishing move. We'll give her the finishing move back. Have her throw a bunch of heals and give her a finishing move. Now for armor, what was she missing on this? I think it was only the shoulder piece that wasn't heavy yet. Have I gotten a heavy shoulder since then?
Greetings.
Otherwise, just grab one from the other guy here. Nah, let's see here. Have Bastion give up his shoulder. When do I never have Bastion out for stuff like this anyways.
Can I help you with something?
He has the better tank gear anyways, I think. Pauldrons. Take the girdle too. He's just got a Resto Staff instead.
Change of plans?
Alright. Let's see. For armor, what does she have here? She already has a girdle for that sort of stuff, but give her a bonus to healing. Now she's finally wearing full heavy. Alright. We'll see how this goes.
How can I help you?
Alright, let's see how much better she does now. Don't want her tanking, but I do want her to be tougher. Even if that shield looks terrible.
Ready when you are.
Alright. The Marsh. What's the environmental hazard of this one?
Every victory elevates you in the eyes of the Master, mortals. But how will you fare in March? Can you handle the mud, and the bugs, and the creatures intent on eating you once they defeat you? Probably your toughest opponent in the marsh will be the Nereids. Feisty little darlings. They hate being here, and will most definitely take out that hatred on you. The foul mongrels from the Reach certainly know how to put up a fight.
They're coming for us.
Their magic is strange. Their ways are strange. But I love the amount of harm they can inflict when they put their minds to it. Enough with the commentary. Let's get this battle started.
29-7. Still a bit of an armor thing in play here. Oh, what's this? Giant Wamasu? Back off.
That rising mist looks dangerous to me. You probably shouldn't let it touch you. Oh, what am I saying? Of course you should. I want to see what the mist does.
She has a finishing move now, so that's probably that sword noise. That's the hazard. The stranglers pull you into the poison.
is this way.
I just remember in Oblivion when it was a problem if you ever looted the enemy.
Suppose you'll work this knot out of my shoulder while you're at it. Would it kill them to run away? Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
Alright, where's the boss of this place? Different moves you can do besides the giant fireball. You can throw the dot on them as well, or cycle in something else. The fire attacks also include a movement speed debuff. There's our bosses.
That's much better.
They will not stop focusing her. That's why I should be tanking. Get the pressure off of her then. Alright, we'll do this then. She's stuck in the poison gas.
Flashy may get noticed, but style gets remembered.
Right, we'll just keep the healing lava on her then. One damage shield. 32-7. 19-4. Now that's a fight right there.
Another win. Another step closer to a personal audience with my master. Now, through the gate. There's more fun waiting for you in the next arena.
Alright, so we got that done. So when we come over here, there's really no reason to be doing that special attack thing, so we'll only keep that on the bar for the crit. Likewise, yeah, I think that'll do it. Which one was it? Sabatons of the Footman, which is part of the tank stat. Start off on offense, go defensive if we need be. But this lava burst heal spell is usually kind of dumb. But it actually is coming in handy pretty well with this. She probably would... It'd be better since we're not doing the super burst. We're not using an Inferno Staff. It would actually be better if she had this buff on bar number... on slot 5 on bar 2. So when things get rough, throw some heals around, make sure everyone stays buffed. And throw some of that down if necessary. Let's bring out Grashrog and save the build.
You're favoring that right arm.
Looks pretty badass with that special setup going on there. Save. Flame Sniper saved.
What's on the docket today?
The Slave Pit. What is this?
I'm sure you're starting to wonder what's going on in here. You'll come to understand, provided you survive. And now for something a little different. Direct from the land of the Dark Elves, allow me to present the Slavers of House Drez. Don't let them get their chains on you. Enough with the commentary. Let's get this battle started. Let's shout huzzah
Guama, of
for
course.
the champions of House Drez. Such grace, such agility. Think of the pain they're about to inflict. Ho ho! Magnificent.
29-7.
Bracing for attack!
Templar shield. They even have Nedges as weapons. $32-1.
Maybe I should have joined the buoyant armigers.
One of the things I like about this is that they don't drop any trash items, they only drop gold. I just remember in Oblivion when you weren't supposed to loot your opponents. One sorcerer in the group. Oh, lawnmower, huh? Let's get out of the way. Yeah. Stuck between a Kagudi and everything.
Keep your guard up until you've got your footing.
Not bad considering not even spec for tanking or anything. Thought I'd have to come here and tank the whole thing for. Salvage that. Probably need the second buff. 29. Yep, there we go. So it's kind of a reward for extra damage, but the real buff you want to always keep up is this one. Oh, hi. 18.5. Oh, what's this? Used to have Lightning Staff as weapon number 2 for her, but I think Resto Staff is better. There's some AE with Resto as well. The big thing with Resto is you get your resources back faster. I need. What's the matter? Do we take you out before you can say healing? $28.3. All right, where's the boss of this place? All right, we have our boss here, this Earthen Heart Knight. And Miri getting absolutely lawnmowered. Damage shield. Find the source of it.
Feeling that.
He's actually blocking. All right, took out his buddy. What the heck is that even? What is that anyways?
Roll if you can.
Need some form of armor pen to get through the... Okay, you want to play a game of attrition? We'll play a game of attrition. That's it. I'm done with that caster. Get some good hits in while the knight is distracted. Massive damage shield. We'll blow through it easily. Another annoying caster. Hold on. Leave her in good hands to go take out this caster. And maybe some others too. It's all Earthen Knight. It's all Earthen Heart Dragon Knight skills. She's even using those things to heal herself. We'll just overpower it.
If it helps, I'm scared too.
She's busted out her finishing move. Good. How much damage does that do?
I guess this is a fight now.
Well, you know what they say about house drays. The only way to change a slaver's mind is to drive a sword through it. Ha ha! That's another victory for the newcomers.
Not too bad. Really shows how niche this is, though. I mean, sneak up on someone and like one-shot them. Once you get into group combat, though, you start to want more utility besides a one-trick pony setup like this.
How puzzling. What could those strange tiles be used for? I guess you better figure it out quickly. If you don't want to die, of course. Seriously, examine the tiles. Figure out how they work. You don't have a lot of time, and I don't want you to say I didn't warn you. And time's up. Now the fun begins.
Those are constellations.
Direct from Craglorn's distant past, allow me to introduce the Ankara. They might be sand, but that doesn't mean they won't stab you in the face.
Those correspond to constellations.
But now I'm going to.
Same problem that rogues used to have. Whoa.
You can make it. Keep moving.
Same problem that rogues used to have in WoW. When they had too much focus on single target.
Target in sight!
There's artillery involved. .5.
Getting good at this.
Not bad considering we got nuked by something. Still can't figure out what that was.
Off with you, Swit!
There it is. That's what it is. You got to run to the constellation. That's what you got to. When you get targeted by whatever that thing is, you got to run to the constellation that's lit up before the thing goes off. It's a Baron-Geddon move. Baron-Geddon. When you get hit with one of those, you got to run to the constellation that's lit up before it goes off. So we'll just do this. There, see, nothing exciting there. Burn it all. All right, torches, all that. I'm sure the boss will do more of that.
I hope you're watching.
Shadowcasters, those are the ones that do all that. All right, which constellation?
Don't suppose you'll work this knot out of my shoulder while you're at it?
Light it up!
That's my line. Hey, you said light it up. Boss time. Split up. How long does that thing last? Too long. Just do it this way then. Inferno Staff to 49. Does this boss have an interrupt? Distracted. Let's do this. Double buff, double buff. Only 18k non-crit, so we basically have boss armor to deal with. Keep the fireball in play. She's still standing on the healing lava, so... Whoops. Make sure not to break this when doing that. Okay, here come some enemies. As we were. 23-7. 20k non-crit. Keep the fireball in play. 19-4. 29-7. She's doing really well with all heavy armor and a shield. She doesn't even have a taunt. She just has a finishing move that she'll start using when the boss is below a certain amount. All right, that's one of those constellation time, baby. take out that shadow caster. Got it off just in time, but the thing's right here. There's a weapon in Unreal Tournament that works the same way. The ion cannon.
Hey,
like
stick with me.
Death from above type crap. So we can finish this guy off. Oh, here we go. He's distracted. 32-7. Finally broke through his armor.
Well, that wasn't what I expected. Perhaps I've underestimated you after all. I look forward to seeing what you do next.
Hey, you know what? If I'm doing something like that, let's just celebrate it anyways.
It's time to play some stuff. It's time to play some stuff. It's time to play some stuff.
What's the next one going to have? So yeah, that kind of gimmick going on. Looks like the environmental hazards are actually getting wilder and wilder here. Just to make sure I don't hit the wrong button in OBS. My setup is a... I wonder if some people with 2 streaming PCs keep a second mouse around that doesn't happen. And that's why they do that.
Now the real challenge begins, my honored contestants. My champion has been silenced so that I may congratulate you personally for making it this far. From this point on, you will be pushed to your limits. You compete to earn the honor of becoming my champions. The next challenges will test you in ways you have never imagined.
What's the gimmick gonna be?
Prove your worth. Continue to impress me. Then perhaps I shall allow you to silence that fool of a champion who loves the sound of his own voice.
I'd be insulted, but I do love the sound of my own voice. Before you can face me, however, more arenas await you. These tiny wood elves, for example. They formed the nicest partnership with... What are those things called? Ah, yes. Werewolves.
That's why my wood elf, one of my wood elf guys is going to be a werewolf. Just haven't set up the character yet.
Is that the last of them? Oh, thank fuck.
Werewolves aren't exactly known for having lots of armor.
That's much better.
Gill lag? It's almost as bad as Cyrodiil. What's the green stuff anyways? Nature's Grasp. Is it like the Nature's Grasp in World of Warcraft? It's 28-3.
Flashy may get noticed, but style gets remembered. I guess there's some weird stuff among the greens.
Taking aim.
Any signs of a boss yet? 1.3 mil. Let's see what we have for a boss in this area. Ranger boss.
Taking aim!
That's the so-called lethal arrow? That's because it's normal difficulty. Alright, here comes some more werewolves. Why do I have this feeling this ranger has some kind of viper's sting or some other kind of mana drainer?
up a fight,
Don't
didn't they?
understand. How can you keep on winning? Why don't you just die? Just step through the damn portal.
The Craglorn one was definitely harder, but either way.
It's time to play some stuff.
Let's take a break from all the people yelling in our ears and let's stretch out a bit. Sometimes it seems like the crowd noise in these arenas is a little too contrived. There we go. All right. I think there's 10 of these things, but we're already seeing just from how long this arena has taken, you can basically get a whole stream out of these things. At least if you don't go more than a few hours at a time. But yeah, having to actually hammer through all of these is definitely, well, that's why the weapons are as good as they are. Let's go see if we can even get the right one. Hey, got our daily rewards. 2 crown fortifying meals. All right, things are obviously turning a lot more Daedric. Let's go see what we got here.
And so, your journey takes you into the depths of my master's domain. Her most beloved worshippers reside here, including her favorite champions. Those who would gladly sacrifice themselves to become something more. And when I say sacrifice, I mean that in the literal sense. It's amazing what powers one can acquire when you give yourself to a Daedric prince. Just wait. You'll soon see what I'm talking about. It'll be glorious, I promise. Without further ado, here come the Daedra. Powerful in their own right, and quite eager to give themselves to our master. You might want to
Suppose you'll
stop
work
that
this
for now.
knot out of my shoulder while you're at it.
They're seriously throwing the fire damage around. Throw it back. Well, it wouldn't be Oblivion without a lot of stuff that throws fireballs, now would it? Okay, switch off the healers. This must be close to or the last round.
Where'd you go?
Forget it. We're gonna have to switch back to conventional fighting for this one. There's just too many these Daedra. This has to be close to the last stage, if not the last stage. Looks like Miri's doing all right versus normal mobs. Makes me wonder what the boss is going to be like. Get that harvester. Just figured out how to make a wild and crazy thumbnail, but we'll save that for after the stream. Dot, 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 dot. Hit him with the instance. Finish off leveling Destro Staff at the rate we're going. Light it up. Too many Daedra. One little scamp left. Boom, 36-9. See ya. Next up is a boss. Who's the boss? We'll just assume we have to keep doing heals. Bring them all over here and just torch them all. Theoretically, we should get them all to run behind a pillar if we can get them all together.
until you've got your footing.
Who's the big guy? Obviously the biggest threat. Alright, this is where the fight is then. Animation lock with heavy attacks with Resto. Of course, there's so much going on the screen. PvE often has a lot of the same problems as PvP. Alright, burn him down, burn him down. Alright, take out that caster. $17,700 extra armor. She's really getting to her. No. We have our boss already. 2 Dremora. Two Dremora with a silencing dome. Just fight him here then. And whatever that happens to be. Fight fire with fire then. Oh, it's a caster Dremora, and a melee Dremora. Then they're summoning everything. Stay buffed. The smart heal can come in handy for this one. Make sure they stay on fire. Make sure Miri stays on fire too, but with the good stuff. Stun, 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 stun. Get that Titan down. Get that Titan finished off. Alright, there's another one way over there. Let's see if we can take a chunk out of these guys. Heavily armored and everything. Not quite as powerful with heals as the Templar would be, but I wonder if this guy's supposed to be some kind of meat shield. Take down the squishies. This Titan's getting on my nerves. Huge player model, can't see anything. That Templar finisher is an enemy move.
You need to end this. There's
Surge Bolt.
so much punishment the mortal form can withstand. Sit down, rest. I'll get you a sweet roll and a cup of sour milk tea.
Basically, that's right. Instead of increasing your resistances to this element, use roll, dodge, and sprint to avoid enemy area effects. You can buy or brew potions to restore health, stamina, or magicka. No, there's a plan B we can do for that. We can bust out the tank spec so Miri can stop being the tank. Can we switch in time?
I've been at this.
Frostfire Dragon. Equip.
Well, that was unfortunate. Let's try this again. And do remember that people are watching.
Alright, grab some stuff here. Destro. Alright. No more gimmicks. Just someone who is much, much tougher and still gets the benefit of the just someone who's much, much tougher and doesn't do as much damage as a result, but still has access to the healing kit. So we know the trash was a pain in the neck, so let's just taunt everything over. We don't have any stationary sorcerer attacks. Sorcerer and Templar attacks.
Roll! Roll if you can!
How long is this going to take? The big thing we're missing is we don't have the stationary heal area. That's one less hot in the arsenal. Hey, those guys are blocking. Well, I guess we'll take out the Titans then. These folks aren't healing, are they?
I think I see what you were going for there. I don't understand it, mind you, but I certainly saw what you were trying to do.
Revive at the Way Shrine. Where does that take you? How's you revive at the Way Shrine? That takes you back to here. Yeah, that portal is for going to the arena. So the problem is we're short on heals. Probably short on party members too. There's Inhale. So this whip attack is so stupid. So let's do this. Swap in Inhale. Let's use Inhale instead. So we're surrounded by all kinds of stuff. Then just boom like that. Take this as the number 2. Get that stupid whip attack off of there. It's horrible. So let's see. We have a taunt and we have other stuff with this. We also have access to Earthen Heart, Obsidian Shard, which is incredibly powerful as a heal. I think the biggest thing we need though is a second hot. Should we try to heavy attack the whole thing? Well, the thing is, when we're heavy attacking with that, we don't have that other stuff that's available. Cinderstorm is a secondary one, so let's switch it out. Instead of that, instead of Inhale, use Cinderstorm. So we basically have what we had earlier, but we're tougher. Let's see here. Alright, how does this work? That throws damage shields around. We don't really have much we don't have much available don't really have much available in terms of bursty damage. So let's swap that out and just do this.
That was unfortunate. Let's try this again. And do remember that people are watching.
Alright, we go straight to the boss for this one then. Any way to whittle those down without having any way to whittle these guys down without having to worry about these darn titans. One of those bosses is a Templar, that's for sure. What exactly is the deal with these special attacks anyways? Left click should activate the attack. Sauce. This has about as much going on as a siege battle. What exactly can the caster do, though? That's the thing. Right, just move it outside. Move it outside and see if we can force them to take the fight over somewhere else. Get out of their special move. The next thing we're going to try is we're going to get rid of the fireball heal, and we're going to replace it with the grabbing lava heal, which is incredibly powerful as a burst heal. The only catch to that heal is it needs a target. But who's the sorcerer, though? Is that boss number 2? Off to this. That's the Templar ultimate right there. But who's the Templar? Stun, 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 vanish. We need something beefier. Go to the Way Shrine. Stun, 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 stun. It's like fighting a rogue in WoW. Garbage. Swap this out. Get rid of the fireball heal because it's... Get rid of the fireball heal in favor of something burstier. Earthen Heart, Obsidian Shard. Lose the fireball completely on both bars. It's also worth noting we actually do have more mitigation on this one. Templar could probably handle this. Templar could probably handle this in tank mode easily. Let's see, let's try this then. We haven't really had much use for the taunt. Then again, Miri, we just heal Miri instead of having a taunt. So let's actually swap. Let's get rid of the taunt completely. Swap in Molten Armaments for this.
Let's try this again. And do remember that people are watching.
So there's a sorcerer and there's a Templar. The sorcerer has the Silence Dome, though. So we want to see if we can take out the sorcerer instead. Dark Mage kind of hints at what the issue is. Worst comes to worst, we'll get Goodmane. He could do this easily. Finally have some burst healing in the midst of this. Yeah, the sorcerer is the bigger concern. Templars basically body tanking. We don't need that. Sorcerer.
Try breaking free!
This mouse is like clicking a rock. Why? I don't think it's the mouse either. I think it's the game. Zoss has a big problem with when there's too much going on the screen, everything starts lagging. That's normally they say it's a PvP issue. They normally say it's a PvP issue, but it's not.
Keep fighting!
All right, trash run. Those Titans are the biggest problem. How much health do those things have? Because they're good fodder for the grab the molten lava heal as well. It takes out that Titan, and it's going to take out another Titan. But I think Miri's too much of a distraction more than anything else. These Titans are a big pain in the neck, though. Plus, boom. We still have one of the two buffs available. Put that down, take out the Titan. Click, click, click. Where is the attack, Sauce? The Cyrodiil fixes that they're working on are not just...
Don't throw you around like that.
The Cyrodiil fixes that we're working on are not just something that we need for PvP. Look at this. All right, Miri's dead. Look at this. 140k for those Titans. Click, click. I'm going to destroy this mouse doing this. Keep everything on fire and interrupt the sorcerer. There's PvP skills in play here. Scourge Bolt, Purifying Light. But I recognize one of those abilities.
Let's stick with that as an excuse.
It's an anti-CC. That's the Templar skill from PvP. This fight is basically it's probably the last fight in the thing, and that's why you need a group for these things. Let's get out of here then. I'm just curious who actually does these as content anymore. Who actually does these as content anymore? I never see people advertising for groups, and they're not available through the Dungeon Finder.
Headed for some rugged terrain?
See, these are supposed to be solo challenges, but the challenge didn't come in. Well, this one wasn't made for that. Switch back to Flame Sniper, and we'll stick with the other stuff. But what we see here, though, especially when I'm ready to do a heavy attack, which is the centerpiece of this, and I push the button and nothing happens because of skill lag, like it's Cyrodiil, we see the shortcomings of Zoss's engine here. Hey, you know, this isn't just a problem. This is a PvP problem when you have a giant siege battle in Cyrodiil or 50 bazillion people casting spells in the Imperial City. But here it is happening in solo PvE with no other characters here. I didn't have like yesterday where I jammed my right mouse button and actually had to unstick it because it mechanically jammed. It is an IntelliMouse Explorer after all. But I didn't necessarily have the same problem that I had yesterday. But we saw here is you get a bunch of enemies with spells going off all over the place. Things start to lag. And then eventually you get focused down as though it were PvP simply because of the lag that's going on there. So here I am like, oh yeah, you can make your build more powerful with arena weapons. How on earth am I supposed to get those arena weapons now? So let me see. Group, dungeon finder, specific dungeons. Is the Dragonstar Arena even in here? No, it's the regular dungeons that are available. So endeavors, nope, zone guide, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So, I mean, things would be better if I could actually push the button and have it reliably work when there's a lot going on the screen. So, this also informs the discussion about the state of the game, that it's not just not only is it not just a PvP problem, but it's also a substantial problem with the entire rest of the game. It makes me wonder, is ZOS only talking about fixing this lag issue because it's bleeding into PvE now? PvPers have been calling this out for years because they've loaded up Cyrodiil with gigantic siege battles with a bunch of stuff going on the screen. But Imperial City was able to bog the game down. Never mind Cyrodiil. I've seen that firsthand. It just... What exactly does ZOS want with this game? Does ZOS want an actual representation of Elder Scrolls? Or does ZOS want a stupid little Second Life clone where you might as well just pick flowers or for 5 hours or something, because the minute things get intense, the game can't handle its own intensity? It's just...
Rub the sticks together, then...
We could try, you know... Templar would have the most survivability in a situation like that. So I've pretty much got Richard Goodmain dialed in.
This forest is cursed.
I might just go in on my own and see if that's doable to get arena weapons. But Dragon Knight, no. Dragon Knights are stronger with burst damage and all kinds of other stuff like that. But the thing, though, is I'm not dependent upon heavy attacks if I go that route, because light attacks will do everything I need them to do. So then we'll just be pushing a button and waiting for the lag to finally get the mouse click through. Just the cynicism about Elder Scrolls Online not being able to handle its own intense battles is very well warranted, and it's not just a PvP issue. Yikes. You can say, oh, it's because we're soloing it. I should... Well, here's the thing, you know. Started noticing stuff not firing off when it was supposed to once we got all those enemies on the screen, all those spells going off. So it's not just a matter of getting stun locked or anything. The only real stun lock that arena had was the Silence Dome, which is a standard sorcerer skill. If I'm up against a sorcerer and a Templar, I know that's exactly what's going to happen. But we can take Goodmain in there, too. He has better gear and a better setup and way more survivability than literally any... Well, Templars are aces at that. We just got to figure out the rest of it. So, yeah, Dragonstar Arena. Fun, except when it went from, like, we could figure out the difficulty to forget it. The game won't let you win because it's going to lag you out. Because that last Daedra fight is just... massive. I'll bet there are groups that have problems with that. It's basically a miniature version of Cyrodiil, and just a reminder of this game's weaknesses. It has a lot of strengths, but the sad part is a lot of its strengths come from overland, like stuff that should be easy. Now, once things start getting intense, the game starts barfing on its own engine, and you start getting the same lag as PvPers. If there's too much going on the screen. Imagine if that fight had less skills going off and stuff like that, it probably would be a lot easier just by virtue of less stuff for the game to process. Could go in with I could drop the graphics down to medium and see if I just need more CPU to handle all of that. But I don't think much would change. We got to go in with what has the most survivability to get those weapons, and that's the Templars. The fun part is, gear in this game is account bound, so I'll send my toughest character in there. I'll send my toughest character in there, get those weapons, and then just twink them over to the less survivable characters like this Dragon Knight, and be able to handle things that way. Plus, I'm most experienced at Templar anyway, so you know, when I go in there with everything, it should work out way better. This is kind of more like burst damage with fireballs versus a single target. Goodmain can be a lawnmower. 7:32 at the Geek House. What do we have for lifetime? 3:21:08. I'm going to take a break, have some supper, and we have a chat stream that we got to have. And I'm going to have it during unoptimal hours just to showcase the tech video problem that I was responding to with regards to what's going on with Linus Tech Tips and what he wound up doing and what he wound up getting himself into. Oh, maybe I should have closed Chrome while I was at it. Maybe that was bogging things down as well with how much of a resource hog it is these days. But yeah, so let's see. Let's just call it with this right here. Send the Templar in some other time to try that out. See if we can get past the lag problems with too much stuff going on at the same time. And I don't even know if a companion really helps with that, or do a solo build or something. I got a feeling, though, even if I had a good solo build, the lag would still be a problem. Maybe even drop the graphics down to medium. There's a reason why there are settings for more intense things like raids and battlegrounds in World of Warcraft that are separate from your main game settings. And this might be part of the reason as to why. But we know the problem exists in Cyrodiil, so shouldn't be surprised when it happens elsewhere in the game, especially when PvP problems bleed over into PvE like this. Till next time, this is MultimediaJay signing off. Thanks for stopping by.